morning all. Today we are discussing about pistil, megasporangium and embryo sac. Pistil, embryo sac, megasporangium. We already told that flower is a reproductive part of the plant, sexual reproductive part of the plant. Flower consists of 4 whorls, we told already: calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Then we already told that up to androecium. Now come to gynoecium. 4th whorl of the flower is a gynoecium. Gynoecium represents the female reproductive part of the plant. Gynoecium represents the female reproductive part. Androecium represents the male reproductive part of the plant. Now you see, gynoecium consists of pistil and carpel. So gynoecium consists of pistil and carpel. So these are pistillar carpels also called megasporophyll. Megasporophyll, another word, important word. Microsporophyll is a stamen. Megasporophyll is a pistillar carpel. So this is a gynoecium diploid to N. Pistillar carpel also to N diploid. Megasporophyll also to N diploid only. A typical pistil consists of 3 important parts: stigma, style, ovary. This is nothing but stigma. Stigma. This is a stigma. This is a style. Style. This is a ovary. Ovary Nanabachi. So these are ovary. So we are taking one by one. Stigma, platform for pollen rain. This is stigma. Where pollen rains are received in the pistil, that is a stigma. Platform for pollen rains. Stigma to N, style to N, ovary also to N. So stigma not only receive the pollen rain, but also the pollen rain germinate and develop into the pollen tube. Pollen tube initiate in the place is a stigma. Pollen rain compatible or not? Pollen rain belongs to same species or not? That is also detected by stigma only. Stigma function of G. Stigma receive the pollen rain. Platform for pollen rain. Stigma initiate the pollen tube, whether compatible pollen rain. Then style. Style is nothing but stalk-like structure where connected to stigma and ovary. Style is a stalk-like structure where connected to stigma and ovary. Through the style, pollen tube grows. Through the pollen tube, here pollen tube grows. That is style. Now come to ovary. Based bulked part is ovary. Based bulked part, enlarged part is ovary. Inside the ovary, देखो here. Inside ovary, ovarian lacule or ovarian chamber. Inside ovarian lacule or ovarian chamber. Inside ovarian chamber, there is a cushion-like structure is called placenta. Cushion-like structure called placenta. Ovary also to N. Style also to N. Stigma also to N. Inside the ovarian lacule cushion-like structure placenta. On placenta, megasporangium or ovules are present. One or many ovules are attached to the placenta. One or many ovules are attached to the placenta. Only one ovule attached to the placenta. Example, one ovule is attached to the placenta. For example, one ovule attached to the placenta. One ovule example, mango, wheat, paddy. This is the important words. One ovule. Some plants having only one ovule. This is the ovary. Some are having too many ovules. Many ovules are too many ovules are attached to the placenta. Uska example, papaya, watermelon, orchids also important. Orchid, papaya, watermelon. So on placenta, one to many ovule. One ovule example, mango, wheat, paddy. Many ovules are attached to the placenta, orchids, papaya, watermelon. Sometimes orchid story, orchid story. Non-endospermic monocotyledon seed is orchid. Identify the correct statement about orchid. Non-endospermic monocotyledon. All monocotyledon mostly, most monocotyledons are endospermic except orchids. So non-endospermic monocotyledon is archid. Epiphytic roots. Velamin roots are epiphytic roots. Archids. Epiphytic roots are velamin roots also archids. Many ovules. Archids. Too many seeds. That is also nothing but archids only. So this is the story about archids. Now you see here. Then the pistil, gynoecium, pistil. If only one carpel is there, that's said to be monocarpellary. Only one carpel is there, that's said to be monocarpellary. Only one pistil is there, that's said to be monocarpellary. इसका example hibiscus. Then too many carpels, more than one carpels are there. More than one carpel, that's said to be multicarpellary. More than one pistil, that's said to be multicarpellary. In multicarpellary, many carpels are present. That many pistils are fused together. That is said to be syncarpus. Multicarpellary syncarpus, example papaver. Apocarpus, Rabuji. Apocarpus. Multicarpellary apocarpus, example Michaelia. So carpels are fused, that's said to be syncarpus. Carpels are free, that's said to be apocarpus. Example Michaelia. This is nothing but pistil or carpel story. Now we are going to explain about the megasporangium or ovule. Structure of megasporangium or ovule. Very important for 5 mark question. Theory important. Even NEET or CET also very important. Megasporangium. Structure of megasporangium. Structure of megasporangium. Megasporangium also called ovule, Nanapuji. Ovule. Structure of megasporangium, ovule. This is a 2n diploid in condition. There is a rough diagram, Rabuji. Very important theory diagram also. This is nothing but embryo sac. You just draw easily. Try to draw easily. Draw. Then see. This is nothing but ovule diagram. Ovule. This is a ovule. Typical angiosperm ovule. This is also called anatropous ovule. Typical angiospermic ovule or anatropous ovule. For example, just you take some parts, labeling parts. Without labeling, it is no valid. This is called funicle. This is nothing but hilum. This is a nucellus. This is a chalajal end. Or chalajal pole. This is a micropyle. Exactly. Micropylar tip. This is a micropylar tip. Micropylar pole. This is nothing but outer integument. This is the inner integuments. But labeling outer inner integuments. Dekho here, this is nothing but anatropous ovule. So structure of megasporangium. Theory question how they are asking. Structure, briefly describe about structure of megasporangium. Briefly describe about ovule. Or briefly describe about anatropous ovule. Briefly describe about the ovule which is presented mostly in angiosperms. All those things same question here. If they are asking only draw the diagram, you have to draw only diagram. A briefly explanation means you have to explain those total story. I mean diagram, explanation, everything. Now come to one by one. For explanation, what is Anatropous ovules are? The finicle present just below the finicle present just beside the micropyle, that is nothing but Anatropous ovule. So this type of ovule mostly seen in angiosperms. So most of the angiosperms they show the Anatropous ovule only. This is the Anatropous ovule. So when observing the structure, this is a finicle, one by one, finicle. Finicle is nothing but stalk-like structure. Stalk-like structure. For example, they go here. This is a ovary nana. This is a stigma, stylo, ovary. Here placenta is there. On placenta many ovules are attached. This is a ovule. This is a stalk. This is that one. This stalk is this one. Stalk of the ovule connected to the placenta. Stalk of the ovule connected to the placenta is called a finicle. Finicle also diploid in condition. Hilum. Hilum means hilum, part of the ovule which connected to the finicle is a hilum. Say hilum junction between finicle and ovule. Name the section which is a junction between finicle and ovule is hilum. Hilum also diploid in condition. Next, the integuments. There is a two protective layers are surrounds the ovule in every ovule in angiosperms. There is a two protective layers. Outer layer is outer integument. Inner one is a inner integuments. So two protective layers are present. Very important. Later these ovule layers develops into seed coat. Outer integument develop into testa. Inner integument develop into tegmen. This is also diploid in condition only. So the question need how many integuments, how many protective layers are present in angiosperms? A0, B1, C2, D3, like that. Two protective layers are present. Micropyle, next to micropyle. So the in every ovule there is a two protective layers surround the ovule except a tip. Remaining place surrounded by the protective layers. At a tip a small opening is present. That opening is a micropyle. This is a micropyle. The pole, whatever the present in micropylar, that's said to be micropylar pole. Micropylar pole. Opposite to micropylar pole, there is a chalajal pole is there. Opposite to micropylar pole, chalajal pole or chalajal end is there. Then now come to here, nucellus. This is the portion nucellus. Very important. Mass of tissue which is enclosed by integuments is called nucellus. It is not nucleus, it is a nucellus. Nucellus also diploid in condition. Mass of tissue which is enclosed by integuments is called nucellus. Nucellus also diploid in condition. With nucellus having abundant reserved food material is there. Large number of nutrients are present. Large number of nutrients are present in nucellus. Nucellus diploid in condition. It gives the nourishment to the development of embryocyte. This is nothing but nucellus. Next to see here, after the nucellus, then this is the diagram. I mean, this is the structure of megasporangium or ovule, diploid in condition. Diploid in condition. So important structures here: finicle, hilum, then micropylar end, integuments, nucellus, chalajal pole. Embryo sac. Embryo sac. There is single embryo sac is present. Single embryo sac present inside the nucellus. Haploid in condition. Megasporangium generally diploid, but embryo sac is a haploid. Megasporangium or ovule is a diploid. Finicle diploid, hilum diploid, nucellus diploid. These are all diploid except embryo sac. Embryo sac female gametophyte is a haploid in condition. Embryo sac is located in which of the following place? Nucellus. Nucellus in the ovule. Sometimes question, embryo sac present in A, nucellus, B, ovule, C, ovary, D, pistil. All are correct. But exact location, nucellus. Very, very important. So, here embryo sac or female gametophyte is a haploid. Name the haploid condition or name the structure which having the haploid condition in a megasporangium. Embryo sac or female gametophyte. Next class we are going to explain about megasporogenesis and embryo sac development, how it is takes place, we will see then.